Shedeur Sanders shines on day 4 of Brown's QB competition. As Cleveland's brass looks to settle the club's most intriguing position battle, rookie signal caller Shedeur Sanders continued to stake his claim on Saturday, the 4th padded free practice of training camp. Here's what stood out from day 4 and why the Colorado product has piqued so much interest. 1. 3-touchdown day. Despite routinely working with the second-team offense, Sanders found seams in drills all morning. Precision. He delivered a perfectly timed shovel pass inside the 5-yard line for a touchdown, showing off his feel for short area angles. Play-action poise. On a bootleg play, Sanders rolled right, kept his shoulders level, and fired a strike to tight end Luke Floriea in the back corner of the end zone. Downfield accuracy. Facing the nickel package, he lofted a go ball over a linebacker's outstretched arm into the hands of rookie wideout Alec Pierce for his 3rd score of the day. Head coach Kevin Stefanski was asked afterward if he's seen enough to hand Sanders the reins. He demurred, "We've got to watch the tape, see how each guy handles different situations," he said, but his smile said plenty. 2. Command in the pocket. One lingering question about Sanders has been his readiness under center in tight pockets. On day 4, quick release. Sanders averaged 2.1 seconds from snap to throw on 4-man rushes, keeping the chains moving in 11-on-11 periods. Footwork improvement. Stefanski and OC team Tommy Rees have emphasized 3-step, 5-step, 7-step rhythm. Sanders' drop got noticeably sharper as the day wore on. Pocket presence. When the pocket began to compress on a zone read rep, he stepped up and uncorked a dart to WR David Bell, showcasing confidence in traffic. Veteran Joe Flacco, who threw 3 incompletions in the same drill period, was quick to praise Sanders' calm. "He's poised, man. That's rare for a rookie." 3. Processing speed versus Dillon Gabriel. Dillon Gabriel has drawn rave reviews for his decision-making, but on Saturday, Sanders arguably matched and in some moments outpaced his fellow rookie. Route recognition. In a 7-on-7, he diagnosed man coverage and immediately targeted Pierce on a crossing pattern, beating the safety by 3 yards. Progressions. After his initial look was covered, he smoothly went through his reads to find T.E. Harrison Bryant open over the middle. Gabriel, with 38 pass attempts this week to Sanders' 31, remains a formidable challenger. But the buzz around Sanders' heady reads and athleticism only grew after day 4. Tasher 4. Everybody's watching Sanders' draft night slide to the 5th round remains part of the narrative, but in camp, the optics have flipped. Reporters noted his workouts under the Ohio sun have been relentless and complete, from throwing sessions to film study in the evening. Teammates, too, have gravitated toward him. Open quote, "He works, he's hungry, and that attitude's contagious," said second-year lineman Jedrick Wills Jr. "You see him, you want to be around that." Close quote. What's next? Cleveland closes its no-pads period on Monday before breaking for Sunday's off day. When helmets and eventually shoulder pads go on next week, the intensity ratchets up. Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and Gabriel will all get their shots. Sanders' challenge is keeping pace in live contact drills and then shining in the preseason opener on August 9th. For now, though, day 4 made clear that the Browns' quarterback competition is truly wide open, and that Shedeur Sanders has both the tools and the temperament to remain squarely in the mix. The question by week 1 isn't if they'll name a starter, but who they'll trust with the keys. And Saturday's performance suggests Sanders might be ready to grab them. Shedeur Sanders continues to shine on day 4 of Brown's QB competition. The race to replace DeShaun Watson under center in Cleveland entered its 4th day of non-pad work on Saturday, and rookie 5th-round pick Shedeur Sanders made sure he didn't go unnoticed. Alongside veterans Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett and fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, Sanders is battling to become the Browns' QB1 when Week 1 kicks off against the Bengals. Sanders' strong showing despite receiving fewer first-team snaps than his competitors, Sanders has maximized every opportunity. On Saturday, he found the end zone 3 times during team drills, highlighting his accuracy, anticipation, and knack for extending plays with his legs. His most eye-catching score came on a quick-tempo throw to fellow rookie Luke Floriea in the flat, where Sanders delivered a perfectly timed strike while on the move. When asked about operating primarily with the backups, Sanders shrugged off any concerns. It doesn't really faze me. We went from an HBCU to a Power 5 program, and now we're here. Nothing feels like a challenge. That confidence has translated to the field, where he's completed 31 of his 37 passing attempts this week, second only to Dillon Gabriel's 38 attempts, according to ESPN Cleveland's tracking. How the others stack up. Dillon Gabriel, the third-round pick, leads all four quarterbacks with 38 dropbacks and has thrown the only 7-on-7 touchdown of camp on a play-action deep ball. His quick decision-making and ability to process defenders earned him extra reps throughout the week. Joe Flacco, the 40-year-old veteran and 2013 Super Bowl MVP, remains the presumed frontrunner early on. Back on a one-year, $4 million deal, Flacco has shown veteran poise and precision in the scripted periods he was allotted, completing 34 of 41 attempts. Head coach Kevin Stefanski built in limited spring reps for Flacco to preserve his arm, and those restrictions have carried into camp. Kenny Pickett, Pittsburgh's former first-rounder, logged 34 attempts this week, while Pickett's decision-making and mobility draw praise from Browns GM Andrew Berry, who envisions Pickett following the path of other bounce-back signal callers. The former Steeler must prove he can cut down on interceptions and consistently hit intermediate windows. Cleveland's evaluation plan general manager Andrew Berry emphasized in June that reps need not be allocated strictly by projected depth chart. Your starter doesn't have to get 70% of the reps. Spring is about development. Stefanski echoed that philosophy this week, stating, "We've got flexibility to put guys in position to be evaluated." With pads still days away, the coaches are focusing on mechanics, footwork, and on-field decision-making rather than installation of the full game plan. Flacco and Pickett split first-team reps on the veteran field, while Gabriel and Sanders worked predominantly with the backups. That said, Stefanski and offensive coordinator Tommy Rees have both lauded the entire group's performance. "You can see all four guys winning the job," Rees noted. What's next? Cleveland wraps up its final non-pad workout before a day off on Sunday. Pads go on Monday ahead of Thursday night's preseason opener. By August 16, after the second preseason game, Stefanski hopes to have the quarterback room narrowed, if not a firm Week 1 starter. For Sanders, Gabriel, Flacco, and Pickett, the next 2 weeks represent the biggest audition of their careers. Whoever emerges will not only lead the Browns' offense, but also carry the weight of a franchise eager to return to playoff contention. Shedeur Sanders shines on day 4 of Browns' QB competition. As Cleveland's brass looks to settle the club's most intriguing position battle, rookie signal caller Shedeur Sanders continued to stake his claim on Saturday, the 4th padded free practice of training camp. Here's what stood out from day 4 and why the Colorado product has piqued so much interest. 1. 3-touchdown day. Despite routinely working with the second-team offense, Sanders found seams in drills all morning. Precision. He delivered a perfectly timed shovel pass inside the 5-yard line for a touchdown, showing off his feel for short area angles. Play-action poise. On a bootleg play, Sanders rolled right, kept his shoulders level, and fired a strike